to find you here as well. Though I have had my suspicions. Tell me the rest of what happened in there. So you escaped the ruin depths filled with...
And then, as we got close to the exit, an Abyss Herald suddenly appeared and we fought a big battle with that thing.
Yes, this is a rare opportunity indeed. Come, let's
go! A rare opportunity? With Dane helping out, maybe we'll be...
Forth, my blade!
Barbatos, guide us.
mages just now? Were they trying?
No. They were just digging through these abandoned ruin
Oh, is that so? Looking for chaos devices, chaos circuits? You know, that kind of stuff.
They wouldn't be searching. In fact, I was nearby investigating precisely because Abyss Mages they seem to be searching the remains of ruin guards for a certain value. However, they look disappointed.
Well then, why didn't you grab one of them just now and ask what they were up to?
I certainly don't mean to be merciful towards these, but I have a feeling that their plan with this object is of major One cannot discover the truth behind it, or rather, these Abyss Mages likely fear something else, much more than they do a painful interrogation.
Paimon is getting goosebumps.
All right, we shouldn't waste too much time.
Eyes on me! Barely a scratch! Wind, hear me! Barely a go and splash! Go and
Wow! Besides the Abyss Order, Ruin Guard... seems wherever we find an Abyss Mage hideout, there's
There are no coincidences in the world. Just like your appearance in that tavern. Time is just waiting for those seeds. Forget it. The connection between the Abyss Order and the Ruin Guard... Rather, they are both branches that have...
branches.
Both originate from an ancient nation that was destroyed...
Huh? Khaenri'ah? Really? The Abyss Order and Ruin Guards are left over... Oh. Speaking of Khaenri'ah... Oh, right. As your guide, Paimon should explain a bit here. A long time ago the... Huh? You have memories of being there. But that nation was destroyed 500...
Is that so? Well, everyone has their secrets. You did not but if you would like to tell me, I will listen. So, the Khaenri'ah you saw, what was it like?
So that's the complete story, huh? Paimon thought that you ran into that unknown god first.
I see. So your first memory after coming to this world was being awoken by your sister from within that...
It seems your sister woke up first. But
And then your sister told you that the destruction of Khaenri'ah plunged the whole world into chaos, and that you two should leave this world.
The destruction of Khaenri'ah? She said that?
That destruction you witnessed, that's history from It seems the first time you awoke in this world was indeed during that period.
Huh. So your sister must have understood this world better than—
And it was shortly after that that you encountered an unknown god who blocked your
Oh, Paimon knows this part really well.
I understand. When you awoke at that time and hurriedly tried to leave for another world, you didn't know anything But now, since you have come to gain some understanding of Teyvat, you are able to guess that the war you witnessed all those years ago must—
Ah, if that's the case, you must have been flipping through all sorts of books during our— Before going to Mondstadt, you had just looked at some vague materials. Later, we managed to gather a whole bunch of old books from all around Mondstadt and Liyue. So, the whole time you were just trying to learn more about Khaenri'ah so you could find your sister? Oh, yeah. You can travel around the 7 nations to find the 7. But where can you go to find a nation?
I probably know more about Khaenri'ah than Khaenri'ah was a nation without a god. Not because it had a god that died or abandoned them, but because it was a powerful nation, built purely by humans.
A nation?
Later events unfolded just as you remember.
You mean?
500 years ago, the gods descended upon the world and brought death. The pride of humankind was uprooted and crushed, like a weed removed from the—
How could that be? The history books don't say anything about that.
Yes, well, continuing to discuss the past now will only dampen our spirits. Let's keep moving. I will tell you more of what you want to know as we—
Over there! It's more— Dane was just saying how these ancient machines are So, did Khaenri'ah have a lot of ruin?
No. Ruin Guard is the name modern people have given these machines. No, these Ruin Guards were known as Field Tillers by the people of
Field Tillers? What a strange name.
It's not like you think. Field Tiller was just a code name. The people of Khaenri'ah the land is not to be tilled with farming tools, but rather is to be fought for with steel and blood.
Fought for with steel and blood? Well, that's an interesting way of understanding tilling. Paimon does—
After the destruction of Khaenri'ah, these masterless field tillers, they wandered aimlessly over the centuries, gradually spreading to, perhaps resonating with the sorrow of other civilizations lost to time. They found their way to various ruins across the land.
That sounds so sad.
Once you understand more, those details, but no matter their past, all that remains of them now is the danger they pose.
Go as planned! Go as planned! Swirl, Mark 2! Animal test 63, stand clear. Animal test 6308.
A touch of frost.
Go as
Huh? This abyss mage dropped a talisman.
This talisman seems connected to the Abyss Herald. But why would an Abyss Mage be carrying it? Information.
But Paimon can't read the writing on it.
Engulf the faith of an enemy in flame, and bring
What? Is that what it...
Loom of fate in the Abyss, seem to be carrying out a large operation. It seems like they are still launching the operation, or rather...
Loom of Fate? What's that? Is it literally a fate-weaving machine? From the horrible feeling Paimon's been getting, those... So Dane, what does...
I'm reading it now. An ambitious operation.
How so?
In short, the first phase of the plan is related to Osile.
The Overlord of the Vortex? You mean that god in the ocean? What do they want with Osile?
I know of your past heroics regarding Dvalin, and I also know of the Abyss Order's role, though you may not have been aware of it at the time. You were thwarting an Abyss Order operation similar.
Last time it was Venti's old friend. This time it's a huge ancient god. Will the Abyss Order use their lies and dark magic to corrupt Osile?
No. From the contents of the talisman, they won't just corrupt Osile's mind. They also plan to use the ancient technology behind the field tillers to complete...
Is that... So wait, the Abyss Order wants to make some sort of cybernetic squid god of mass destruction?
Very few people today truly understand the civilization of Khaenri'ah. Though of course, only the Abyss Order has consistently sought out the remnants of Khaenri'ah. The talisman's message states that they will use the defiled statue as a base, attaching Osile's limbs to construct, and the new core that shall replace the orb usually held by the Statue of the Seven.
The eye of the very first field tiller? Oh, Paimon gets it!
It would seem so.
This whole thing keeps getting more complicated.
Yes. According to thereby imbuing the newly born god with the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia.
Oh boy, the Abyss Order sure... Since no one knows where the first field tiller is, how about we take the information about the statue as the starting point for our investigation? Yeah, that tone-deaf bard is too difficult to track down anyway. Let's go to the cathedral.
The cathedral.
Huh?
Nothing. Let's get moving. A huge statue, a grandiose cathedral. The people of Mondstadt clearly spent a great deal of resources and energy to construct them. But how aware of this was the Anemo Archon on receiving this gift? And how much did he give back in return?
Faith doesn't ask for anything in return?
As long as the gods have a clear conscience about...
Shh! We're about to enter the cathedral! Don't say anything bad about the... And actually, the Anemo Archon is... Ugh.
I never specifically said I would enter the cathedral.
Huh?
You are the honorary knight of Mondstadt. They will surely allow you to poke into these affairs, with having me tag along would only make them suspicious. Correct. And just as our little friend said, when a non-believer steps onto holy ground, the result is I have never received the favor of the gods in the past. I don't see any reason I would need it now. That's enough about that.
Okay, then we'll just...
I should warn you about one thing. Don't go mentioning the defiled statue inside the Church of Favonius wouldn't ignore the matter of the statue. But if they rashly tried anything against the Abyss Order, it would only ruin whatever element of Also, meddling in the affairs of the Abyss usually does...
How have you been? Dean? But I should first make it clear that if you need to borrow the Holy Lyre to Hermel again, we cannot oblige.
It seems she hasn't realized it's just an illusion. Oh, we're here to ask some questions about something. Barbara, have you heard about the first field tiller?
What's that? Field tiller. What does it do?
Of course you wouldn't know anything about that. Okay, next question. Has the church ever lost a statue?
Huh? You're here to ask about that old story? Well, I didn't expect that. That was such a long time ago, barely any... A long time ago, there was indeed one statue of the Seven that disappeared one night without a trace. Nearly every member of the church joined the search for it, but it was never found. In the church's records, as you might assume, lost statue of the Seven.
So do you have any other clues? Paimon means any other strange stories? Sorry, Barbara, but we can't tell you about the statue we saw just yet. Like things...
Other strange stories? I'm not sure. Let me think about what other unusual incidents are in the church's records. Oh, the Tyrant's Final Fury? No.
The Tyrant's Final Fury?
Oh, this refers to a time of great danger that engulfed old Mondstadt, the place now known as Storm Terror's Lake. Many, many years ago, there was a time when balls of fire would rain from the sky whenever anyone approached old Mondstadt.
Balls of fire raining from the sky? How terrifying!
People at that time believed it was a curse laid down by the god of storms, so they referred to it as the Tyrant's Final Fury. This strange phenomenon continued for about a year. No one was ever able to solve it. It just gradually ceased on its own. Right. Later, the theory of the Tyrant's Final Fury became less probable in the eyes of the church. Common reasoning dictates that the god of storms wouldn't shoot. Perhaps it was something else that caused... Anyway, this incident might not be related to the lost statue of the Seven, but I just can't think of it.
It's okay.
There's that pointless word, thank you, again. I can never get used to hearing it.
Oh, Rosaria, it's you.
If you're looking for the Knights of Favonius, they're busy with those monsters again.
Those monsters?
Those monsters that tried to attack Mondstadt last time during the storm?
Wasn't that the Abyss Order?
Indeed. They're gathering in Wolvendom, causing great unrest among the... Could it be that the Abyss Order is targeting the spirit of Lupus Boreas? Master Jean has already headed off to Wolvendom. I must also begin to make a move myself.
Then I will go as well.
Master Jean said you should stay at the church and continue your work with the clergy.
But you're also a member of the clergy.
Right. We'll go give Master Jean a hand.
Oh, okay. But please, everyone, be careful. May the Animal Archon protect you all.
I see. This could very well have something to do with the
But what is the Abyss Order going to Wolvendom for anyway?
No, that's not like... Unlike Osile, who was just suppressed, Andreas today, it is just... The Abyss Herald may just be targeting the spirit of Andreas in an attempt to garner... Don't underestimate the enemy. Let's take them now.
When stuck on a...
The closer we get to the target, the more enemies there are. Fits the Abyss.
Yeah, let's go!
I'm... not...
Huh? Why not? Is it because you're afraid of fluffy animals?
It has nothing to do with wolves. It's because Boreas was an ancient god, yet he willingly became a servant of the Seven. I cannot possibly agree with his actions. I don't desire and... Besides, you're the one people like. I'm... less likable. I have no problem interacting with people, but it's just my opinion, but a word of advice. Always be... You shouldn't place too much trust in them, but at the same time, don't go too far in the opposite direction. Don't go trying to even if the god in question is your...
Don't trust them and don't hunt them. That's some awkward advice. Does Dane...
Lest I repeat the failings of my forebears, I will tell you one final fact.
Huh? What?
The destruction of the nation of Khaenri'ah by the gods is the reason the Abyss Order now seeks to destroy the nations watched over by the Seven. Well, enough chit-chat. We should get back to business. I will go take care of the remaining Abyss Order members in the area. Try and keep your visit with Boreas brief.
Up, there he goes. What a strange man. Yeah, that's true. You also keep your guard up against at the Rite of Dissension in Liyue, your decision was very similar to what Dane would do. not the easiest.
Honorary Knight, Paimon, what are you two doing here?
Oh, Master Jean! So glad we found you. Rosaria told us that you came here to fight the Abyss Order, so we came to help.
Then your help is greatly appreciated. The Abyss Order's sudden offensive is very strange. They have surrounded Wolvendom. I just scouted out all of Wolvendom. Rosaria told me that the Abyss Order is going after but the Abyss Order and Boreas... What is the...
They just like to cause trouble. The Abyss Order already went after Dvalin. It's not too surprising that they would also go after another one of the animal arc...
Regardless, whether the reason behind the present threat is clear or not, Honorary Knight, please go and check if Lupus Boreas is in any danger. This god's spirit... He does not often see people, but I hear that you have met him before. Maybe it is best that you are also the one to meet him this time. Okay, be careful. Thank you for your help, Honorary Knight of Favonius. I do hope the Knights of Favonius are all working hard.
Look! Over there, it's Razor! Just sharpen my spear.
This weather is perfect.
You, not welcome here!
So, the wolf's wretched spirit likes to raise wild pups now. You claim to be a guardian, yet your once sharp claws have clearly dulled since your days of godly glory. If you serve us, we can restore your divine powers you once held.
What the heck is this ceremony? He looks like he's in a lot of pain. Oh no! Is this the same thing they did to corrupt Dvalin's mind?
Wolves never surrender! But this can't go on.
No matter how many times you resist us, your efforts are all in vain.
Nice and spicy.
have it. Take. I swear by my sword.
Swirl, Part 2!
Power that ended Haishan!
The world will fall! Urging tide! The world will fall! The end will come!
Nice and spicy!
The world will fall!
Go as one!
Urging tide! The world will fall!
You haven't won yet.
The world will fall!
Go as one!
The world will fall! The world will... The ceremony was interrupted. How does an old spirit have such determined will? No matter. This is but a small unforeseen variable. Our grand scheme will not be affected.
It disappeared again!
Thank you. You came. Just in time.
Human Lupercal, I am ashamed that you must see me, but still, the Abyss Herald underestimated my strength.
Lupus Boreas never refuses trial. Respect trial rules. I too didn't see the
Wait! So you mean the Abyss Order had everything prepared to corrupt Lupus Boreas' mind, then lured him out under the pretense of challenging him in a trial?
Thank you. In the future, my claws, you smelled danger and came here?
No, we heard about the danger. Paimon's nose doesn't even know what danger's... Besides coming to help, we actually have something to ask you. Excuse us, Mr. Wolfguide. Do you know anything about the first field?
I pay no heed to the contraptions of humans. I know not what this field tiller is. Though it entered into my proving ground by accident, and I mistook it for a challenger. But it could not think, only fight. I eventually damaged it greatly with one of my attacks. Before it fell to the ground, it fled the proving ground.
By the sounds of it, it's possible that could have been the very first field tiller, right?
Missiles. I do not know this strange word. It could spin, leap high into the air, and even shoot fireballs. Although no match for a god, it was stronger.
Fireballs? Hey, didn't we hear this somewhere else? Anyway, this pretty much proves that the first field tiller came to Mont... sounds like the first one was way stronger than the mass-produced Ruin Guard. But in this story, it was damaged at the proving ground while fighting the wolf.
Don't know, but
Yes, you were a big We need to keep investigating something super important. The Abyss Herald may have left, but the Abyss's forces are...
yes, I smell more danger. Big, you too. Also, be careful.
Well, that was some good intel. Quick, let's go tell Dane. There you are!
I saw her, but purposely avoided her. As both the Lion Fang Knight and acting Grand Master, she naturally would have some reservations towards me. If I'm not careful, one day I may find myself becoming the object of one of her investigations. But back to the matter at hand. I defeated some of the Abyss forces, but wasn't able to gather any information. Did you have more success? I see. Well then, we can more or less figure out where the first field tiller ended up.
Huh? Really?
That information combined with, for example, the old story. Exactly. The strange story told to you by that young sister. Long mis-
Ah, Paimon gets it! So the Tyrant's final fury was really just after it was damaged in the fight with the Wolf of the North. It must have wandered into the ruins of Old Monst. Then, whenever anyone got close, pew, pew, boom! It would fire a ton of missiles at them. Back then, the people of Mondstadt hadn't seen many Ruin Guards before, so they...
It looks like we need to make a trip to Storm Terror's lair and comb the entire area. What do you mean?
Huh? You mean... Oh, Paimon remembers too! We saw that abandoned Ruin Guard sitting atop the tower when we went there before. Can't forget something like that. This is it, right? Okay then, use your elemental... Ooh, so what did you see? Huh? Nothing. What's going on?
This requires another method. Using elemental sight on a field tiller is of no use because it is not powered by the elements. Let me give it a try. And done.
Wow!
The very thing the Abyss Herald has been seeking all along. The eye of the first field tiller. All of the ruin guards today are just replicas of this machine. As the prototype, its combat capability was unrestricted.
Prototype? Oh, Paimon doesn't know that.
As the Abyss Order has surmised, if this eye is placed in the hands of the and if the limbs of Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, are attached to the statue, there you have a mechanized god. And this newly born god will have the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia. Yes.
Then, what should we do with this eye?
No. I'll guard it myself.
Huh? You? Dane?
You may doubt me if you wish, but I must ensure it does not fall into the wrong hands. No matter where we may hide it, they will find it. And as for the Church of Favonius...
Oh!
But our work isn't done yet. To avoid any further repercussions, we must also take care of that defiled statue. We can't have the Church get involved. Let's handle it ourselves. As for what I mean by take care of it,
Destroy it? That's a statue of the Seven, as well as being a really important well, good thing we didn't tell Barbara earlier.
Do the Seven really expect me to help them look after what belongs? Let's go back to those ruins and destroy the inverted statue. If we are lucky, I'll make sure it doesn't get...
Time for some training?
So after all that running around, we end up right back here again. Look at us. We barely escaped this place last time, and now we're strolling right back in. Gee, surely we must be some of the bravest adventurers in all of Teyvat. That or the stupidest. To get to that creepy statue, we just need to follow the path we used to escape last time. That should take us right to it. Yep, that'll work. Let's go, and remember to be on your guard.
Looks like we're here. An eerie, lifeless, dark chamber.
Oh,
Be careful to not be overwhelmed by the power of the defiled statue.
You are just as vexatious as ever, Dainsleif. I sense your soul is stained by terrible bloodshed. Perhaps... Oh, and something far more dangerous. Then we are the same. We're both dangerous. But...
It is your words that forever reek of time to silence you!
Bow before the abyss!
go as well. Go as one.
It's a roar!
Go as one.
One with my blade.
Absorption test. Go as one.
Wind, hear me.
Swift and merciful.
Go as one. Go as one.
Me new life!
Spirit blade. Attack. One with my blade.
Enhanced animal marching. Go as one. Go as
This seems so right! Princess.
Hey! Could that be?
Ether.
Wait! She just blocked an attack against the Abyss Herald! Your sister and the Abyss?
Ether, why are you with Dane?
Uh-huh. Your sister knows Dane?
Lumine, we meet again.
What's going on here? Dane knows her too?
You shouldn't team up with this man. He is my enemy.
Lumine.
But it must be said. Don't try to stop me. Don't try to stop the Abyss. That man, Dainsleif, was the Twilight Sword, one of the royal guards of the final dynasty of Conria. 500 years ago, he failed to prevent the destruction of Conria.
A curse of immortality was laid upon him to forever wander the wilderness, while he watched the people he was supposed to protect turn into monsters of the abyss.
You're saying Dane is from Conria? The same Conria that was destroyed 500 years ago? And you said the people turned into monsters? You're trying to tell Paimon that the Abyss Order is not only related to Conria, but is and the whole thing about Dane being your enemy... Oh, Paimon's so confused.
Home. Yes. Of course. Home is wherever we are together. But I cannot go with you to the next world to find a new home. At least, not yet. Until the Abyss has engulfed the thrones, my war with Destiny will see no end. Listen to me, Aether. I have already traveled through this world once. Once you reach the end of your journey as I did, you will see for yourself the So we'll meet again. Though we need not rush, brother. I have more than enough time to wait for you. We have always had enough time.
Oh, don't be too sad. We'll find them again. Look on the bright side. At least we got some really useful information. That's right. At least now, as well as the Seven, Dane is also a key part of finding your sibling too, right? That's right. By the way, what they said just now is all pretty confusing. Oh, well then... First off, that Abyss Herald called your... It seems like your sister is leading the Abyss Order. Even the Abyss Herald answers to her. Still, we don't know for sure. Also, your sister said that she wants to engulf the thrones and go to war with Destiny. What the heck does that mean? Next thing, turns out the Abyss Order monsters are really what the people of Conria turned into after their nation was destroyed. And Dane is from Conria too. He witnessed its destruction 500 years ago. But, so that's why your sister said that Dane is her enemy. But if the monsters of the Abyss are the same people that Dane protected all those years ago, then also, how come after all this time we spent searching for your sister, it turns out she's on the side of the Abyss? What's up with that? Yeah, you're right. Then we can't let ourselves get down about our journey's not over yet. Let's get a move on. Time to leave this terrible dark place and get back to this. If your sister wants you to reach the end of your journey, come on, traveler, let's go.
touch of frost.
Onwards. We have work to do.
As a matter of fact, there's one that looks perfect for you two. Uncle Dai is one of the foremen at Huishan Hall over in Liyue Harbor.
What is it we have to do?
I believe you'll be looking for...
Ooh, looking for people?
I have no reason to doubt your... I'm sure the details can be worked out face to face. If...
Long sword in hand and the world at my feet.
Ad Astra...
This will be interesting.
Freeze! Cool it! Freeze! Cool it! Dodge this! Cool it! Freeze! Dodge this! Dodge this! Freeze! Cool it! Dodge this! Freeze! Cool it! That's another one gone.
life take a turn for the better.
am indeed. Ah, now then. You must be the adventurers assigned by...
Huh? How could you tell?
By the clothes on your back and the look on your face. Experienced adventurers.
Right again! You're...
In this trade, you need a sharp eye for people, not just rocks. Uncle Di can see what you're made of. Alright, my assistant should be arriving soon, so let's just wait.
Woo woo! That's why we're here!
Well, to tell you the truth, this is a very difficult matter. Too much for adventure.
So do you think we're not up to the job?
It just occurred to me that you don't have all the facts. The incident in question happened in a mine, and it's a little out of the ordinary, to say the least. Mines are dangerous places, as I'm sure you're aware. Last time I checked, adventurers weren't experts in ore appraisal or geological analysis, with a professional by your side. Besides, this guy's the best in his field. No matter the rock, he'll tell you. I'd go as far to say that there's not a soul on Teyvat that knows rocks better than him. I'd be...
You're a fool if you think you found Teyvat's...
Oh? And why am I...
Because Teyvat's #1 rock expert happens to be a friend of ours. Ha-ha! Didn't expect that, did you? Wait here, we'll go fetch him. Paimon bets Zhongli is listening to the storyteller. Let's head over.
Precious curios.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis.
Zhongli, there you are!
Oh, here for a few tales? I didn't know you two were connoisseurs.
Oh, no, we're here for you!
Ah, something I'm rarely short of.
We need someone who understands
Someone...
Take a look around. Is there anyone in Teyvat? The requester claims to have enlisted Teyvat's #1 rock expert, but Paimon doesn't believe a word of it. Nobody understands rocks better.
You appear to have taken his claim quite personally on my...
Oh, no. It's just... Uncle Di doesn't know Paimon just wants to enlighten him.
I see. Well, then it will be my pleasure.
Really?
But I should inform you that despite my expertise, I cannot necessarily claim to be a leading authority. We are at all times adrift in a sea of learning. New knowledge should be welcomed with open arms. Still, I imagine I will be of help to you in this endeavor. If we do encounter an expert.
Stop being so modest. Well, we got him. Let's head back to...
Today.
Hey there. Don't be shy. Come inside.
Uncle Di, we're back!
Oh, and this must be the...
Yep, Paimon doesn't know who...
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Uh-huh, so you say. Wait till my... It's no use me singing his praises. You'll have to see...
Is this the place?
Aha! Speak of the devil. Allow me to introduce... Young Kun, these are 2 adventurers assigned to us.
Huh?
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's consultant. Mr. Zhongli. I've heard about you. They say you're a man of great knowledge and many talents.
I'm sure I recognize you. Have we met at the parlor? Wait, I've never been to the...
Uncle Dai, aren't you gonna test them?
Huh? I wouldn't know where to start.
Then they can figure out a way to test each other. If Zhongli wins, he's the assistant. If Zhongli loses...
A contest? Why, it would be my pleasure.
I admire your enthusiasm, good sir.
I must say, you certainly have the look of an industry expert about you. It'll be interesting to...
Stop talking the talk and stop...
I'm just saying it like I see it. Which is, incidentally, the only skill I have worth...
So you're an appraiser, Mr. Kun.
Well, no. Actually, I've already forgotten what I'm in Liyue Harbor for. I was standing by the side of the road one day when Uncle Dai called. He saw me holding a rock and asked me a few questions. He seemed incredibly excited, even followed me for a while.
Huh? How could you forget something?
I saw him on my way over to Liyue Harbor, poring over rocks and muttering to himself. He looked to be very... I asked him a few questions out of curiosity. To my surprise, he knew more than me, an old mining foreman. In any case, he didn't have any pressing matters, and...
So, do you have...
Not exactly. Anyway, if it's rocks, Mr. Zhongli, what do you make of this rock?
A glossy exterior, with a fissure that could only have been left in the wake of a volcanic eruption. If I'm not mistaken, this is a...
Ah, a keen eye.
It's no ordinary rough gem. Fragile surface layer, black veining. My intuition tells me that there's high-quality crystal ore inside.
Remarkable! This rock does indeed hail from the vicinity of a volcano. I came across it in a market and snapped it straight up. The seller thought it was some leftover industrial remnant. They had no inkling of the treasure that lay within. Purity and geological rarity alone aren't enough to make a treasure. Some of the most... In the moment of its formation, the crystal hidden within this stone shell captured a pocket of water. For water to be hidden in its depths, like a moon concealed within a mountain, reflecting shafts of daylight that make it through.
Such a detailed description. Almost like he saw it with his own 2 eyes. Say, you're not trying to hoodwink us, are you?
Everything he said is true. Most crystals are born in high-temperature environments. Heat and water aren't natural bedfellows, of course, which is why crystals with water deposits are so sought after. Moreover, this particular crystal contains mountain lake water.
Well, if Zhongli says so, it must...
I've yet to encounter anyone with a judgment as shrewd as yours, Mr. Zhongli.
I've seen many such stones in my time. I recognized it immediately.
Of course not. I feel I've met a kindred spirit here today. Uncle Dai, it would be a mistake for Mr. Zhongli not to join us. Trust me when I say that his level of expertise is unrivaled in the trade. You won't come across another...
Very well. There is strength in numbers, after all. Everyone, follow me to the... This is where the incident occurred. 6 days ago, a group of us left the site to attend to... I led a team around the entire mine, but...
So 4 miners have
Yes, there were 10 of us. We lost Long, Bold Sen, Brave Sen, and Mao. I worked with all of them.
Workers in this trade are usually young men in the prime of their lives. Could it be that...
Unlikely. There's no other lodging for miles around, and...
Huh. Such a huge mine.
Underground, overground, we left no stone unturned. We tried everything short of...
We'll need to explore the site ourselves.
Very well. I'll wait here. Please, proceed wherever you'd like. If you come across any clue...
So strange. How could the 4 of them just suddenly disappear? Did they run away from something? Let's look around first and see if we can find any clues.
I swear by my sword! Take this! Barely Eyes on me! Wind, hear me!
Huh. A few everyday items.
1, 2... Huh. That seems right. These must be spares, right? Look, Uncle...
The 4 of them have been gone for 6 days without it.
There's also a few handkerchiefs and some soap lying...
Items for washing one's face before the dawn shift. Mine.
So, they did...
Correct. Improbable. There are 4 pickaxes missing. It seems likely they had time to take their tools, but not their everyday item.
Huh. Why would someone set off with their tools, but leave their...
1, they were working close by and didn't need to move their personal effects. But seeing as they've yet to return, this seems... Or 2, they were forced to leave and had no...
Oh.
It's certainly a possibility. We'll need more clues before any further in...
If they didn't leave, maybe they were made to leave. Let's make a note and let Uncle... Kunjun, what are you...
Oh, right on time.
Did you find anything?
There's a chunk of ore here. Perhaps there are clues within.
Or, what does it have to do...
Let's find out. I'll give it a try. Okay.
concentrating really...
I see. For...
A child?
I'm not sure.
Also, how did you...
Oh, I don't mean see in the traditional sense. I would appreciate it if what I'm about to tell you remained a secret. It's a little odd. I can perceive the memories of Or.
Huh?
Perceive? So there's no conjecture at work?
You mean you can put your hand on a...
I've always sensed that Or contains memories. Sometimes it records events that occur in the surrounding area. All I have to do is touch one.
Amazing! So you can find out everything that...
It depends on the ore. Some ores have astounding memories. Others, like iron ore and white iron ore, aren't up to much. Core lapis and crystal memories are much stronger. They record more events and...
Stone seeing. Fascinating. A rare ability.
I'm glad I can be of assistance. Based on what I saw, I believe they've...
This will take us north, away from...
North. Another clue for Uncle...
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. You must be here about the disappearance. Please, find them. I don't know what happened. The weather was gloomy that day. The foreman left with a few... I stayed behind with the other 4. After a while, I decided to take a break. I ended up falling asleep in the shelter inside. When I woke up, there was no sight of them. I'd only just been speaking with them and suddenly... Maybe I'm next.
So the men that were out working disappeared, with the only one left to tell the tale having been asleep in it. Perhaps an accident occurred on...
what an on-site accident. We found some clues. Time to report back to Uncle Di.
You're back. How are the investigations going?
We found 3 clues in the vicinity. First, there are 4 missing pickaxes, yet everyday items are still in their place. This suggests that your men didn't leave of their own...
Forced to? But...
Who indeed? Second, there were 5 workers at the mine. One of them left the site to take respite. When he awoke, his colleagues had disappeared without a trace. Those who kept working all disappeared. The one who left early emerged safe and sound. It would appear that the...
Now that you mention it, I recall Bravo saying that could someone have entered the site and simply walked away?
This leads me to my third point. Mr. Kun-jun here made good use of his, expert techniques to arrive at a conclusion.
A child? But there are no settlements here for miles around.
Unlikely as it sounds, that's our conclusion.
Where did they go?
We believe that they followed the road north, away from...
North? Right. I'll rally my men and head in pursuit. You've been invaluable to the investigation, but leave the legwork to us. If we set...
Not so fast. The incident occurred 6 days ago. Even if they set out on foot, they will have covered a lot of ground by...
You're right. New plan. I'll lead my search party over to the settlements further out and make some inquiries. There are only a few settlements around here with lodging for the night. We'll go investigate and see if we can come up with anything. In the meantime, you could keep looking for clues.
Agreed.
All right. Me and my men will get going.
So, they're gonna talk to the people over at the...
Correct.
But there aren't any more clues at the mine. Shouldn't we go north?
Wait.
Huh? Oh yeah! Where's Kun-jun? Paimon Betsy... searching for?
Apologies. I'm conducting a quick search for my own benefit. I'm looking for a precious stone known as
Dragonfall. Dragonfall is often used in forging.
I'm sorry. I don't recall why I'm seeking it. I've been feeling very absent lately. In fact, I've been feeling extremely anxious, as if there's something I've forgotten to finish.
Oh, Paimon knows that feeling. When you know you've forgotten something, but you...
I don't even know where to start with it. I've been aimlessly wandering. That day at the market, I overheard a conversation while I was buying something. It sounded so familiar to me, as if whatever it was I had to do was linked to that stone. Perhaps if I can retrieve some, I'll remember.
I see. If I am able to during our endeavor, I will...
Really? Oh, thank you.
Think nothing of it.
Shouldn't we get going?
Heading north from the chasm, we'll reach Lingju Pass. If this...
Great! Let's have a... Wait! There are tracks here! These must have been left by the miners!
Let us make our way to the end of Lingju Pass. If there are no footprints there, it would It would appear that they made their way through Lingju Pass and kept moving.
If we follow their footprints, we should be able to find where they went!
We should inquire with anyone nearby.
Absorption test. Go and splash! Go and
To ashes! Barbados, guide us.
A miner.
Stop bothering me. Can't you see I'm Cloudwatch?
Jeez, whatever.
You can't run! Looks like I went too far.
It must have been about 4 or 5 days ago. There were a few men who came through here carrying baskets and picks. I guess that could have been them.
Yeah, that's the...
4 or 5 days ago. It appears that they were moving slower than we'd anticipated. Traversing the geography...
It was so strange. 4 big guys with lifeless expressions. It was like they were in some sort of trance. And there was a child staggering in front of them.
Huh.
I caught a glimpse. Blue hair, short. I think it was a girl. She wasn't...
And they took this...
Yes, they followed it straight from here.
Let's go after them.
Fixing this quickly!
Freeze!
Come on, give me a command! Time to consume my dirty...
Enhanced animal module. Stand clear. Animal... Absorption test.
No slacking off! How can this be?
Go and splash!
You need to hurry up! This one's well done! Let's end this quickly!
Animal test 6301.
You need to hurry up!
Barely escaped! Stand clear!
This one's well done!
Take this!
You need to hurry up!
Wind, hear me!
This is bad. Roasted frog!
Absorption test. Animal hypostasis simulation. Stand clear. Animal test 6308. Go as planned.
This one's well done. Yes. This is it. You need to hurry up.
Eyes on me!
Roasted frog! Unfortunate fault!
More footprints. There's a person over there!
Help! Please save me!
Is that what it is?
My demon-expelling mantra is ready.
Absorption test. Stand clear. Swirl, Mark 2.
Forth, my blade.
Go as one.
Barbados! Gaia!
Go as one.
The scourge of evil remains.
Go as one.
Those monsters were so aggressive. They must have noticed me walking through. Before I knew it, they were all over me. Thank you all for... My name is Wanyu. I belong to Liyue Shengyu Hall. I head up our human culture...
Huh? You sure you're not a minor?
A minor?
Yeah, we're looking for a group of 4 strong fellas carrying
I think...
Really?
Yes. I set off from Nantianmen the day before yesterday, heading for Lingju Pass. About halfway there, I came across some people. I was in a hurry. I didn't get a good look. I'm afraid I'm not even sure what they look.
I think that's all we needed to hear.
I hope it's useful to you. I'd better get going. There's a conference I need to attend.
According to this scholar, the miners were heading for
Can we be absolutely sure that it was the men that were looking?
a child with a group of adults. Sounds pretty close to Paimon. But...
Hey, perhaps that rock over there can tell us more.
Aha! Paimon nearly forgot about our secret.
It looks promising. I'll do my best. It's the same group, all right. They followed this road.
Mr. Kunjun, your stone seeing is something...
I suppose it is an asset, though I rarely find a use for it.
It's a good thing we brought our Kunjun compass along. We would have lost all sense of direction.
You think so? It feels like we're cracking a criminal case.
Be that as it may, 4 fully grown men in a trance-like...
Oh, you're quite right, Mr. Zhongli.
That's not all. Our scholar was attacked by Geovishap hatchlings, but the level of aggression they exhibited was unusual. We have encountered many clues along the way. So far, they've pointed us... The miners headed in the direction of Nantianmen the day before yesterday. From here, they would have had to navigate a perilous mountain road.
Great! No
I left a mark in the vicinity just now. If Uncle Dai does pass through here, it...
Clever thinking! A classic genre...
There's a basket lying here, too. This must be...
Hey! Hello?
Judging by his appearance, he must have collapsed from...
Should we wake him up?
I can still...
Sounds like he's whispering something.
It seems that he thinks he still has work to do. There's a camp nearby. We should take him there and monitor his condition.
How is he? He won't...
He's worked himself into a stupor. Thankfully, he's not in serious...
Paimon heard him talking about digging for something. Did he dig...
It's certainly a possibility.
It looks like there's something in his pocket. Are these... I just witnessed the memories within these ore fragments. This person brought these fragments out of the mine. He's one of the 4 that we're searching for.
How he came to be here is...
So he was kidnapped. But if they didn't need him, why bring him all the way...
Unless something happened.
Ugh. Paimon's had enough. This is too mysterious.
Oh, wait a moment. Seeing these fragments has jogged my memory. I have something for you.
What is it? Ooh.
Something for us?
As I mentioned, before I met Uncle Dai, I was in a daze. After setting out with you on this case, it feels like a fog is lifted. I was so happy when Uncle Dai enlisted you to help. I would never have managed to track down these clues by my... These are some crystals that I bought from the market. Not any old crystals, mind you. This purity is extraordinarily rare. One for each of you. A memory.
It's beautiful. Oh, and the colors change as you turn it. It's like a different crystal from each...
But of course, take it. And this one is for Miss... Huh? Is something wrong? Not to your liking?
On the contrary. I just hadn't anticipated receiving a... But thank you.
I'm pleased you like them. It's nice to be able to give a gift that others... Oh, I see more rocks over there. You should all get some rest. I'm going to scan the surroundings. Perhaps there are more memories to uncover.
You sure like rocks, huh, Kunjun?
Ores are the crystals of the earth, the sediment of time itself. Get some rest and call me when you're ready to set off. I won't be far.
Rest easy. I surveyed the area. Oh, however, there is...
Huh? What's with this?
Traveler. Does Dragon...
You mean the ore that Kunjun's looking for?
Dragonfall is an incredibly rare ore used in forging. The majority of regular crystals are formed in high-temperature environments. Dragonfall, on the other hand, is formed at...
Elemental reactions can produce material objects.
Indeed they can. However, only a minority can survive for long periods of time. Dragonfall first emerged in the midst of a great battle, thousands of years ago. Powerful clashes of elemental energy gave birth to elemental crystals. When the fighting ceased, these geological... And yet they are crystal creations all the same. Few and far between, relatively unknown. Why is it then that a citizen of Liyue now wishes to strike upon ore?
Yeah, if he knows of its existence, surely he knows. Weird.
There are those in the mining trade who retain a keen interest in Dragonfall. But for someone like Mr. Kunjun, whose motivations for seeking it are unclear even unto himself, it's practically unheard of.
Ulterior motives?
A conclusion that is presently impossible to reach. Don't forget, rescuing those miners is the primary objective. As for anything else, we're drawing closer to our goal. I believe we should continue to follow this road through. Now that we've found... When you're well rested, call Mr. Kunjun over to us. We still have more We should ensure this miner is settled here at the camp. Once we've brought this matter to a close, we can return and attend to him.
I do hope the Knights of Favonius are all working hard.
No problem. I'm done here.
Any results, Mr. Kunjun?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing out of the ordinary. I couldn't find any clues. Then again, the memories of ore can shift with the passage of time and the changing of the environment. Difficult to say. I feel that ore memories tend to be from the recent past.
So there's never any ancient memories?
Rocks endure, but as eons pass, their memories are erased. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion or thought.
That makes sense. It is the same for people.
Indeed. Let's keep going.
Onwards! We have work to do.
Wow. Such an immense tree.
And there's so many mysterious-looking crystals up there, too. Amazing!
This ancient tree. Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. Perhaps you could survey this section. All right, then.
Kundun, can you see anything worth investigating?
Well, there is this stone tablet here.
Doesn't seem very interesting. Paimon's gonna look over there.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me see. Oh! This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
just a bit lightheaded. It's past. Not yet.
Whatever. Paimon's going to investigate over there. Why don't you climb the tree and have a look? If you don't try, you won't know. Anyway, you'll be able to get a good look at our surroundings from...
When
has Paimon ever come up with a bad idea, Wait a minute. Paimon can fly. All right, Paimon will go...
All of you, come here.
Huh? Zhongli's voice came from behind the tree. Did he... Quick, let's go see.
This has been newly dug.
Is that a voice coming from the tunnel?
Compose yourselves. There is an unusual presence emanating from inside the tunnel. Listen.
The missing miners are here. What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
That gate. Has it been there all along?
Digging a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere until the gate.
So behind the seal, there's...
my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier!
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, Ashtaha, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words! Your life is mine! There is no atonement.
Stabilize.
For 1,000-year pain.
Wind, hear me.
From rock to dust. Sooner or later. Fisher!
Gather!
Go as one!
The enraged earth will not absolve you!
Gather!
Crumble! Shifting sands not the mountain's permanence. There is no
This
atonement
is order.
for 1,000-year pain!
Go as one!
Gather!
This one's not enough. You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be. Stabilize!
Barbados, guide us.
Gather!
A touch of frost.
Go as one! Go as one!
Fisher!
Solidify!
No atonement for 1,000-year pain!
You haven't won yet.
Enhanced Animal Module 75. Absorption test.
Morax! You think you can destroy me? Solidify!
To ashes!
Fisher! Gather! There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
Wind, hear me!
Stabilize! Morax, 1,000 years after you sealed me underground, you return for the second time.
You should call it by its name, Azhdaha.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants to ravage the wilderness.
No. You have forgotten.
That voice!
Azhdaha.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax. It's been a while.
You're...
Azhdaha. The very same.
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes. It was all I could manage. Forgive me for concealing the truth, Traveler. There were things that only became clear to me upon reaching this tree. Allow me to elaborate. I am not Azhdaha the Whole. Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Azhdaha you see there to be a reflection of such polarities. We are a schism of the will.
So there are two Azhdahas?
No, it can't be. That's impossible.
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able to vent about the forces that suppressed you. But that's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back. Kidnapping the miners was all in aid of digging to the entrance to the seal itself. Your plan was to launch an attack on...
The audacity! Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me, how is it you find yourself standing on the side of the...
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but strong enough to possess... I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the past would elicit a reaction from me. But my aim was clear. Find Morax.
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger, I would have recognized...
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. Only when I touch... It's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful humanity and ancient...
There would be no harm in it.
Azhdaha was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. However, that which is derived of the Earth is... The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion. But As time passes, erosion ground Ajdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Slowly, he forgot the face of his old friend, and his memories of Ajdaha, now incomplete, became irascible.
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained.
This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm. Why you waged war against Mor. In the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production, the citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Overexploitation caused the ley lines to quake. Erosion made us. Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion. But it was futile. Everything returns to dust. And so, we became you. And from your will, I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Ajdaha and Morax.
No. No!
I am the remnants of Ajdaha's benevolence. The echo of a contract set in stone. I harbor a willingness.
No, no! It is I, Ajdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and the oceans that decides. I will not.
Morax is not an insect.
A lord over insects is nothing but an.
You forgot yourself. Nobody, that which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. If you are the memory of the earth, all powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea.
A star appears within the wild. Strange.
You are spent, and I will soon disappear. In the wilderness, snow falls on a spring day. In an instant, it will melt.
No, that isn't true.
Perhaps, but it remains.
More axe.
The little girl vanished.
Are you satisfied, Ajdaha?
I had to make amends. So, Morax, you...
I do.
Well, I'm afraid old...
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted a finger.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon, searching for the sun. A pair of eyes from Morax.
Your power is nearly spent.
Ah. Perceptive as always, my friend.
Shall we get going?
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the miners trapped out.
Indeed. Hence the need to get going. To fix...
Straight down to business as always.
Huh? How did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners!
So there you are. My men and I found your clues and followed. We found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. It seemed... Huh? Young...
Nothing. Pay it no mind. Those three miners are over the
cave. What happened?
They're exhausted, but not in danger.
Right. Well, thank you, all of you. I better...
So you're taking them back to Lee?
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men. I'll be happy to assist all of you in any way I can. I'll be back soon.
Kunjun, we should be calling you Azhdaha. You're coming back to—
Not I. Merely this body. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue. Kunjun hails from a family of famous artisans. He too will be famous in time.
You always did have a great admiration.
Curious how swords and daggers are blind, yet their creators see so much.
Azhdaha.
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary...
Even you met such a fate. Let's get the difficult part out of the...
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god.
All life is shaped and then ground away. That's unimportant. Fate is ordained by heaven. You may live forever. Yet...
when it comes to the subject of a life long lived. I fear that the life of an elemental being is longer than...
Were it not so, you would have killed me long ago, and would not be happy.
You've brought a smile to my face. When all is said and done,
that day in the chasm.
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts, and was for a time a god of the people of
You chose justice, but did not forsake your kindness.
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities, even at my full strength.
Hence, my insight. Do not forget that I... Old friend, God of...
Thank you, Azhdaha.
My life is at an end. I will join the eternal flow of time. And you...
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Yes.
Wow, that was so...
In fact, we have yet to meet the real Kunjun. He was. Centuries may have passed since then, but events from 1,000 years ago...
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo-life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Azhdaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds!
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
A 1,000 years ago, Azhdaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail down the length and breadth of the mine. Finally, during that battle, Dragonfall was born. Azhdaha could sense the stone. Despite being the victor, I could not claim to be stronger than he. And in his heart, he still retained an ounce of... He was willing to be sealed away. But as the erosion set in, he forgot. Even I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better than most. When the door opens, it is time to leave. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. The millennia may come and go, but even a stone may tire. Personally sealing away an old friend. People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. Perhaps this is the erosion imposed on me by the natural order of this world. That I was a god of mankind. My identity may change.
You still care a lot about Liyue.
Call it... part of my duty. I must thank you both.
No worries!
Oh? About what?
Oh, yeah. So, not long ago, he told us about Khaenri'ah and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those... Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived through thousands of years of history.
I cannot say.
Why? You can't even give us a thread of information? This is so important to us.
I understand. But I must apologize. This is my contract.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with Azhdaha? Too painful to talk about?
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the
How can you be like that?
You two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you. But as the god of contracts, I cannot go back on my word.
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your understanding of this world continues to... There are many events of ages past. They have been eroded by time, forgotten, but you are capable of finding them and bringing them into the light. Those who come to witness will witness. Those who are born to remember will remember. If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties ahead. But as long as you This tablet was erected by Mountain Shaper. It's a shame. There is a fine line between good and evil. If the good and evil within him...